Hello and welcome to Football Fumb, formerly known as FIFA Fumb. In this video, maybe series, I am managing QPR, Queen's Park Rangers. I thought I'd show Hasselbank, clue in the name, but now Ollie, Ian Holloway, how to do it, but I suppose we'll see. Queen's Park Rangers, historically, formed 1882. They won the League Cup 66-67, Division 1 runners-up 75-76, and then in 1981-82, FA Cup runners-up. Personally, I remember the dark days of fans buying players, probably around 2000, 2001. More recently, Queen's Park Rangers were promoted to the Premier League in 2011 and 2014-2015 seasons. It grates me that last season, no disrespect, but Hull City and Burnley, who came down with us, were promoted back to the Premier League, while we look to secure mid-table in the Championship, and obviously a recent change of manager. It seems to me that Mr. Fernandes, the owner, now wants his money back, and this game, Football Manager 2017, does not lie. A £1 million transfer fund is what you start with in this game. And the wages are spiralling. There's high earners, Corker and Sandro. They're on 40k a week. Sandro's transfer instalments, I think there's two £500,000 fees to Tottenham, which obviously amounts to the £1 million transfer kitty alone. So there's not much to play with in the transfer market. You will see that I've bought in a couple of a freebie who is a good player, Diego Poye, and Cavani, if I say that right. He hasn't really played much for me yet. So the plan is probably, obviously, is to restore glory to Queen's Park Rangers, QPR, and get back to the Premiership with the R's Super Hoops. And personally, I'm going back to my roots. I've been playing FIFA for a few years, hence the name Fumb. But I'm going back to where I started. I started playing the first Championship Manager game. In this game, the club has given me like three targets. I think it's like the semi-finals of the League Cup, quarters of the FA Cup, and most importantly, I think the playoffs in the Championship. This story, this start, is probably, hopefully, give you some tips for any Championship side playing this game. So, and it's a good starting point. It's how to get started, and if I can, as I have, going back to this game after so many years, hopefully, well, I did have a poorish start, but now I'm third in the table, and I have played a couple of games since this recording, and I think I've reached the top of the Championship, and that's barely with buying any players. I think illustrative of where QPR are at the moment. I put to the board like possible affiliates to like send out players on loan and try and build the name of Queen's Park Rangers. They come back with like 2 or 3 Irish league teams. No disrespect again. And the highest ranked, in my opinion, team was St Mirren. So I went with them. So that's where we are at. It's like a small, average, hurts me to say, championship side. But I feel, in reality, with Hull, Burnley, Bournemouth, or relatively small teams, there's no reason for, especially in the future, Queen's Park Rangers to be an established Premiership side. Talking more of where we start this game, with the current squad, we've got a fairly decent goalkeeper in Smithies. We've got a great central defender in Anua. I brought in Sandro. He's sort of languishing in the reserves, and with his money, and obviously he's sort of an ex-Premiership player. I made him captain to basically, partly to earn his money, for the team. But he may be like obviously high earner, 40k a week. He may go. Well, I may look to sell him in January 2017 because he's been injured a couple of times, and the team is doing well without him. So, and a similar, I got a bit of a stick from the fans, but I did the first transfer out, and it was a double whammy really with Kulka. We're playing great without him, with, as I say, Anua, Lynch, and Grant Hall are playing great, and they're younger, ambitious. In Hall's case, Lynch is a great backup, and also I did have to use him at the start of the game when both decent left backs, Robinson and Bidwell, were injured. I think that's at the game's start. So there's some. The squad is decent enough. It's the right size. It's almost too big at times. So yeah, Kulka had to go 40k a week, and also I brought in. I think I got about 9.5 million for him. So which obviously keeps the board happy, and has no real direct impact on the team. There are more than enough decent CDMs, midfielders at the club to do a good job. I mentioned Sandro in and out of the team through injury. You've got Cole Henry, who's very experienced but an average player. You got Luango, who's slightly, I would say, more attacking. You've got Gladwin, who's really come on since I changed the formation. And you've got the Polish right midfielder, Wysilek, something like that. And a star player for me also is Jordan Cousins. The defence, as I say, with the left backs, you've got more than enough cover. Right back is probably the weakest one, with the only player who can really play right back is Perch. So you've got you've got a decent goalkeeper, the enough in defence just about. Right back would need to be reinforced, but Furlong would probably be back next season, so he may be good cover. The midfield is strong enough. Up front, attacking midfielder Sherry is a great player. He's scoring goals for me. I think about 10, 11 goals now. But if you go through stick with this video, you will see that we are, especially with my new formation, we are creating a lot of chances. However, we're not finishing them. So we've got Poulter up front and Silla, who just keep missing. I've got Connor Washington. That was a strange one as well, to get him off the wage bill. He's average, and I wasn't giving him enough game time, so he went out on loan at the end of the summer transfer window. And paramount importance, I feel, I will in January bring in a striker. I need to bring in a striker to finish those chances. When you first start the manager position of QPR, the board will try to make you push youth forward, and hence probably no transfer funds. The one chap was mentioned, Josh Bowler. He's doing okay. I think under 18s. I promoted him to under 23s. He's not setting the world alight, which I think that goes for most of them. But we'll have to see. Watch this space, I suppose. I will. But as it's a results business, I'm not going to really be trying them, even in the cups. The FA Cup starts in January 2017. I need to get to the quarterfinals at least, just to get the board off my back. So again, I will probably be sticking to the proven first teamers. As you will probably have noticed, I didn't have a great start. Pretty, I suppose they call it indifferent. I did try a formation of 4-2-3-1. I did sort of latterly find out that it does really hinge on and rely on having two complete forwards, which is pretty obvious that I haven't got at this club at this moment in time. So, therefore, I will put a link in the description. There's a great tactics formation I did download, which is working wonders. And that I can wholly recommend the FM Scout website. Again, I'll put a link in to sing their praises. So this formation is working wonders. So just to recap the three players that I brought in. I mean, there are a couple of loanees, like that Wizarlock, which is proven he's quite a good player, right midfield in my new formation. But there's three that I brought in. Diogo Poyet, free transfer. He's proven, and he will improve as a CDM. Vaclav Cherny, he can play in a number of different positions: right midfield, left midfield. I've tried him up front a few times. He has scored goals, a few. He is a good loanee, but he's young. And I was recommended the striker Cavani, but again he's been injured a couple of times. We're just going through youngsters here. Mike Petrasso, he's recommended again, like Josh Bowler, but he's not even setting the world alight in the reserves. So I just don't seem to be able to risk him. Seem to want to risk him. We've got a couple of other players that I've actually listed. El Coyote. Teams are interested, but nothing comes forward. Nagaboto, I think. He may prove to be a good player. He's got good stats. Again, a youngster. They're keen to take him on loan. Is Shapopo. I've murdered that one, I know. But they just wouldn't give me any wages, so I didn't think that there was any point to loan him out. This screen team report is a good one too, and it does reinforce what I've just been saying. Shooting accuracy of 36 18th in the league, even though we're near the top. Quality of passing is poor, etc. This is a squad depth team report. As you can see, Poulter is regarded as the best striker. To be fair, he is better as a target man. And then we've got Silla, Cavani, Cherry, and El Kayati, who is fairly poor. The defence and CDMs are strong. Another area maybe I would reinforce if I stick with this formation would be the left midfield and right midfield. The right back, as explained, is poor. With regards to staff, I have got a couple of decent members of the coaching staff. Steve Black is a good coach. I did miss out on, I think it's Jim Cannon. I bought assistant manager Michael Lindemann. He was at Fulham. His stats are pretty good. I did need fitness at that time, but he wasn't my first choice. Bobby Mims is great. His good stats, especially state the obvious, but goalkeeping. And so he's good. I do think, obviously, English club, generally English players, English speaking players. That's Steve Black there. Determination and motivating. It's very good. Is to stick with sort of English British coaches, English speaking. Arthur Alberston, I brought him in mainly for the defending side. I really did want to bring in somebody for which we're light on attacking and for ball control, but the board stopped me and they think that I've got enough coaches. I'm toying with getting rid of Sir Les Ferdinand. He's on 10k a week and he's got quite relatively poor stats. But obviously, well, not obviously, but it could well be a fan's backlash. Well, even a bold backlash. So I'm sort of watch this space. I don't know if you've got any advice on that, guys. But yeah, you see they're probably lacking. Just to reiterate, ball control and attacking, which to firm up. Especially if we ever get to the Premiership, I think we'd need a couple of, at least one other coach, because they've added in like Andy Impey and Paul Hall from the under 18s, under 23s, but their stats, obviously this game computerized is probably not up to scratch. Going on to my short list, you will probably see that, again, I recommend FM Scout website, and they've got some great videos to see the top wonder kids, free transfers, which is where I'm at. But I had a really frustrating time and that's partly why I probably results went against me, or pre-season I wasn't concentrating fully, is that I had frustrating time in the transfer market. Almost every half decent player turns down QPR. Don't laugh. Then I had this John Miranda. He agreed. He's the top striker, but then his work permit, because he's too young, hasn't played enough international matches, etc. Turns us down, and so I was holding out for players like him. Martin Caceres, which would be a great addition, and he would cover not only CB, central defence, but also right back. He turns us down. He goes for an awful lot of money to free transfer to, I think, to the Middle East somewhere, 25k plus. So, I suppose if I got rid of Sandro as well as Corker, maybe there would have been a chance. But I will look to buy, as I say, the main transfer target would be a striker, ideally complete attacker, complete striker. and I looked out of the 9.5 million, I've got about 6 the board is letting me spend. I'll probably try and do that. So that's just highlighting on this screen my ins and outs. There's not much to be said except for Cork, going for 9.5, and then I've brought in 1 loan, 2 freebies. So hopefully especially if we get promoted, the board should be happy. I should talk about the tactics that I'm using, and which really did change the way we played and results. So I did download from FM Scout Mr. Langvatind. Hopefully I've said that right. Mr. Langvatin's Sicilian Defence for FM17. Play with 2 defensive midfielders, which, as I've said, Queen's Park Rangers squads have got an abundance of midfielders which can play that role. You get a lot of possession and chances, which is apparent in my games, and hopefully the match included in this video. Yes, and on the comments down on their website, FM Scout's website, you'll see me as the next QPR manager. Maybe a bit optimistic, but that's what I have always been known as. So here we go. You will see that I'm letting this recording go through, but I'll do my best to speed it up. And as we sort of head into this gameplay, you will see how the tactics work. And we start in the championship as position 3, third in the table. You just see how I play, give team talks. And you will see that I think Newcastle, Norwich, and Aston Villa, most people would put as strong contenders to going up, especially Newcastle, who have probably got the strongest squad in the championship. So there's no surprises there. So it's just basically, if we can keep on this winning run, we can put on pressure, and then maybe 1 or 2 will slip up, and we'll get to the top and take us into the Premiership. And we're see if we can add in a few players. What I may do, so I'll let this gameplay play out and let you see how the tactics formation works. And what my plan is to possibly let you know the progress of the team, the squad, and return in January, or after I've hopefully made some January transfers to improve the squad, take it forward, take care of injuries, and then obviously get to the Premiership. So it's bye for now. Goodbye from Football Fumb.